Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Chemistry Tutorials by Kiranmai. In last videos, we discussed the developments such as the discovery of dual character of electromagnetic radiation, and also we discussed about the atomic spectra. After these two developments, that is the discovery of dual character of electromagnetic radiation and the results of atomic spectra, these two developments led Bohr to give a new model to an atom. So before going to discuss about the Bohr's atomic model, let's get a quick view of two more atomic structures proposed by Thomson and Rutherford. So according to Thomson, the atom structure is spherical, and this sphere is filled with a positive charge, and this sphere is filled with the positive charge, that is the mass of the atom is uniformly distributed within the sphere, and the negative charge, that is the electrons, are embedded in it. This is the concept of atom according to Thomson. It is famously known as watermelon model, in which the red color, that is the pulp of the watermelon, is compared with the positive charge, and the seeds in watermelon are compared with the electrons. But this atomic structure proposed by Thomson was proved to be wrong after conducting alpha ray scattering experiments. According to this experiment, when a thin foil of gold is bombarded with the alpha particles, this experiment showed that the mass of the atom is concentrated particularly to a small region, but it is not uniformly distributed. So, considering this experimental results of alpha ray scattering experiment, Rutherford proposed his atomic model. So, Thomson atomic model was proved to be wrong, and then the Rutherford proposed his atomic model, considering that the nucleus, that is the central part of the atom, consists of protons and also the neutrons. Means the mass is only restricted to a small area in the atom, and this nucleus is surrounded by the electron which revolves around it. He doesn't say anything about the orbits and all. He just said that the electrons revolve around the nucleus. So, according to Rutherford, electrons revolve around the nucleus, and the nucleus consists of protons and neutrons, where the mass is located only to a certain small region of the atom. But later on, after Maxwell theory, which stated that when a charged particle gets accelerated, that is the electrons are accelerated, it must emit electromagnetic radiations and loses its energy and then fall into the nucleus. So it will be more similar to the version said by the Thomson, but it is not happening in reality. So according to Maxwell, the electron should lose energy and eventually should fall into the nucleus, but it is not happening. So Rutherford cannot explain Maxwell's theory. So this structure is also proved to be somewhat wrong. And then after the developments such as dual character of electromagnetic radiations have both wave nature and particle nature, and then the results of atomic spectra, led to the discovery of or led to the um, new atomic structure proposed by Bohr. Bohr's model for hydrogen atom. Bohr proposed a model for hydrogen atom based on few postulates. Postulates means a statement or it may be an assumption which will not have any proof, but this assumption or statement is agreed by everyone. So based on these postulates, Bohr gave a model for hydrogen atom. Let's discuss about one by one these postulates. So first one is that according to Bohr, electron in the hydrogen atom move in a circular path around the nucleus. These circular path will have fixed radius and it also have fixed energy. So the circular path which have fixed radius and fixed energy according to Bohr is known as orbit, or it is also known as stationary state. Stationary state, or it is also known as allowed energy state. Allowed energy state. These circular paths are concentrically arranged around the nucleus. Concentrically arranged. You may get a doubt. We have only one electron and we are discussing about many paths. Yes, here we are discussing about many circular paths around the nucleus. The electron may occupy one of these circular paths. See, here is the nucleus of the hydrogen atom. Nucleus of this hydrogen atom, and this nucleus is surrounded by a circular path. These are all imaginary paths. Circular paths. These circular paths will have a common center of circle, common central point. Let us suppose this as a circular path. Its radius is A. See, concentric means if we have two circles whose radius is A and this radius is A plus B, these two circles will have a common center of circle. That is, focus of the circle will be same. One circle can be arranged within the another circle. So these are known as concentric circles. Similarly, in the hydrogen atom, circular paths are arranged concentrically and electron revolves in these circular path. Every circular path have fixed radius. Every circular path have fixed radius and every circular path will have a fixed energy. These circular paths are called orbits or stationary states or allowed energy states. This is the first postulate given by Bohr, and the second postulate is regarding energy of the electron. Energy of electron. So here, as long as the electron in a particular circular path, it will have a constant energy. The energy will not change as long as the electron occupies certain orbit. See, energy remain constant, means it will not have any change as long as it is in a particular orbit. Or stationary state. If electron move from higher energy state, higher stationary state to lower stationary state, see, when electron move from higher energy state or higher stationary state to lower stationary state, energy is emitted. Energy is emitted. And when electron move from lower stationary state to higher stationary state, lower stationary state to higher stationary state, energy is absorbed. Energy is absorbed. So as long as it is in an orbit, within one orbit, it will not have any energy change. When electron moves from higher stationary state to lower stationary state, energy is emitted. And when energy is absorbed by the electron, it moves from lower stationary state to higher stationary state. This energy absorption or emission, that is energy change, which may be emitted or absorbed, doesn't take place in continuous manner. Energy change doesn't take place in continuous manner. Why? Because as we discussed earlier, when an excited atom moves to lower energy state, it releases energy in the form of electromagnetic radiations. So these electromagnetic radiations will not have energy continuously, but they will have energy in a discrete packets, that is the quantized energy packets. So here the energy doesn't takes place, change doesn't takes place in continuous manner, but it will take place in a discrete packets of energy. Angular momentum of electron. Generally, the momentum is a word which is used to describe a moving thing. That is, momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Here, electron is moving in circular path. So, here we are considering angular momentum. So, formula for angular momentum is mass into velocity into radius of the circular path, mvr. mass of the electron into velocity of the electron into radius of the circular path. Angular momentum is equal to nh by 2 pi. Here you can see that this angular momentum is quantized. Here n is the orbital principal quantum number n, which will be discussed in the upcoming videos. So here n is an integral multiple. N is an integer. It may be 1, 2, 3 or 4. We write 1 if it is a first orbit, and 2 if it is a second orbit, 3 if it is a third orbit, and 4 if it is a fourth orbit, like that. So angular momentum is also quantized. See here, electron can move only when this angular momentum is integral multiple of h by 2 pi. See, radiation is emitted or absorbed only when transition takes place from one angular momentum to another angular momentum. So this is the fourth postulate. So angular momentum of electron is quantized. Frequency of radiation nu is equal to delta E by h. This, and then the second postulates, energy remain constant in particular orbit and energy changes when the electronic transition occurs and electron moves in the circular path around the nucleus. These are the four postulates given by Bohr. Based on these postulates, he gave a atomic structure for hydrogen atom. So this is the topic for this video. If you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section. If you understand this video, give me a like. Thank you.